Have any of you ever heard of a game called Minecraft? It's a great little game where you can meander around a randomly generated world and build, mine, and explore to your heart's content. I'm assuming you have, because this game has sold over 200 million copies on multiple platforms since 2011. That's more than any other individual game ever. And deservedly so. Even if you are someone who hasn't played Minecraft, you have absolutely heard of it. Today, we're taking a look at Minecraft Dungeons, and while this game makes its namesake from Minecraft, the two couldn't be more different. For where Minecraft shows hidden depths in its simplicity, Minecraft Dungeons shows nothing but shallowness. You'll see what I mean when I complete Minecraft Dungeons.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to an all-new episode of The Completionist, where we don't just beat the games, we complete them. A big shout out and thank you to all of our patrons over at patreon.com/thecompletionist. To join us today, head over there right now and join us at the mini producer level, which not only do you get your name in the credits in every episode, but you will also be able to help decide on which games I complete next. So, for more on that, head over to the Patreon at patreon.com/thecompletionist. Now, on to Minecraft Dungeons.
Here comes a new challenger!
Yes!
Danger! Perfect!
Minecraft is the most important video game of the past decade. Not only is it the best individual selling game of all time, but its simple yet deep gameplay has inspired gamers of any age to create whatever they want. The only limit is your imagination, and death if you're playing on hardcore mode. Naturally, there have been some spin-offs, with the most recent being Minecraft Dungeons. However, this is the first Minecraft spin-off that is being developed by Mojang themselves, and this is a big deal. The previous spin-off, Minecraft Story Mode, was sent to a different developer, Telltale Games. Because of this, it really felt more like a Telltale game than a Minecraft game. And that's not bad. Telltale Games makes some incredible games altogether, but there is something special that just comes with Minecraft. Because of its simple and passive nature, this game has been used for more than just a good time with friends. Minecraft has become an important educational tool and is used by over 250,000 students across the world. It's also the #1 used program for computer-aided design and has been used by various organizations to recreate cities and habitats so that citizens could actually demonstrate the changes they'd want to see locally. All of this comes from a single game with no plot that just sticks you in a random environment and says, go. It's the perfect game that anyone can enjoy. Minecraft Dungeons seeks to take a more action-packed approach to the world that Mojang has created. It started off development as a simple dungeon crawler like the original Legend of Zelda, but soon was taken into a completely different direction, and that direction was straight down to hell. Developers were inspired by the Diablo series after they realized that making a multiplayer game like this was a lot more fun. This also opened up the doors for Diablo's famous loot system, where you keep track to find the best weapons, armor, and artifacts that you can find. This allows you to create a character that you want, where the only thing preventing you from becoming more powerful is your own tenacity. But Diablo also brings with it something that Minecraft never had: a story. Diablo is filled with a ton of lore about the battle with the devil himself, and your hero being one of many that must save the world. There are hundreds of PDF pages out there dedicated to containing all that the Diablo series has to offer. How does Minecraft fare against all of that? Minecraft Dungeons starts off showing you the journey of a small illager, a bad version of a villager. He is cast out from various towns and eventually climbs up a mountain where he discovers the Orb of Dominance. He uses said powerful artifact to become the Arch-Illager and to attempt to take over the world of Minecraft. It is now up to you, the nameless hero, to stop them. You do this by entering different levels and going up against hordes of enemies with whatever weapons, armors, or artifacts that you find along the way. Now that all seems pretty generic. Big evil bad guy versus you. I was hoping to see a little bit more humor like in Minecraft Story Mode. While not perfect, it was entertaining and it had a unique voice of its own. And let's be real here, I kinda sympathized with the Arch-Illager. Everyone was mean as hell to him. What did you think was going to happen when he discovered the most powerful item in the universe? Not to mention, he's cute as hell, just like Diablo. These things made me a little nervous about the quality of the game, but I trust Mojang. They were able to take an unbelievably simple concept and turn it into something that means more to the world than any other game before it. Unfortunately, it seems like lightning doesn't strike in the same franchise twice. Minecraft is able to create a rich experience with basic controls and endless possibilities. It is a game that is all about depth and creation. Minecraft Dungeons is the complete opposite of this. In my experience with this game, I only experienced shallowness and destruction. This is immediately evident with the level design. Every new playthrough of Minecraft creates a completely randomized world that begs to be explored. If you started 100 different games of Minecraft, each one would feel completely different from the other 99. Inversely, Minecraft Dungeons starts off with 9 levels that have pretty much the same layout every time you play them. This gets especially boring when you have to play through the game 3 times on all 3 difficulties. Especially with the limited amount of levels, this can get really repetitive really fast. Now, there are some minor changes here or there. For example, the camera angles are sometimes changed so that in some spots you'll be turning right instead of left. Also, there are randomly generated treasure chests and secrets so that every time you visit a level, it won't exactly be the same. These secrets include finding 5 more secret levels and the 9 hidden runes. But if you have to play these levels multiple times, you get an idea of where all of these chests and secrets are. There's no sense of discovery, just complete the same objectives and get out. Now, this sounds kind of harsh, but how boring is that? I want something that feels like an adventure in my dungeon crawlers, and they get tedious because each level can last about 30 minutes long. Compare this to the infinite amount of times you can replay Minecraft or even Diablo. There are always new possibilities there. Minecraft Dungeons is the exact same experience every time. And that's not saying these levels look bad. They're far from it. They're really cool and look like they actually could be made in Minecraft. It's just that I don't really look at them much because in order to figure out where the secrets and chests are, I have to have an overhead map open the whole time on top of the entire screen, so I find myself focusing on white lines instead of the pretty levels. Conversely, this is the same experience I have with Diablo 2. However, Diablo 2, for better or for worse, has different graphics and aesthetics than Minecraft Dungeons. In Diablo 2, the overhead layout of the map makes sense. It's not too crazy, it blends with the overall game design. With Minecraft Dungeons, it's kind of hard to ignore it. And it's hard to ignore it because everything else is so damn pretty. But the worst part is that Minecraft Dungeons goes against the main tenet of Minecraft: creation. Instead of leveling up and improving attributes and learning new skills, each level earns you an enchantment point. These are used to add extra benefits to your weapons and armor, such as poison clouds or arrow deflection. Once you use these enchantment points on your gear, they're not gone forever. They can be used on other items, but in order to do so, you have to completely destroy that previous item. This actually gets disheartening, especially if you find a unique or rare drop. If you upgrade that item and get something at a higher level, you have to get rid of that item. You don't get a choice. I got most frustrated when I found an item set that I really liked. I had a rapid fire crossbow that was upgraded so that the bolts would accelerate faster and faster, and they would sometimes explode on contact. This was especially useful for bosses that I couldn't get close to with my hammer. But in the next level, I collected a regular bow that was a higher level, and if I wanted to last against regular enemies, I had to destroy my crossbow in order to enchant the new regular bow. This could have easily been saved by simply being able to move enchantments around and still keep the items. Destroying the items literally makes no sense to me. The enchantment system is the equivalent to having a Pokemon, and in order to make it evolve, you have to release another one of your Pokemon. That's just ludicrous. When I think of Minecraft, I think of creative freedom and the chance to make cool things out of simple items and my own brain. Minecraft Dungeons is about destroying what you have in order to move forward. You're not a driving force in your own narrative, you're just a cog in a machine. So this game completely fails as a Minecraft property in my eyes. But what about as a Diablo clone? Well, it kind of fails there too. Okay, now I know a lot of you at this point are probably screaming to the heavens, Minecraft Dungeons isn't Minecraft. It's actually a dungeon crawler in the vein of Diablo. And you're correct, but the problem is that it's also not a very good Diablo clone. Part of the fun of Diablo is getting to choose your class and optimize your character so that you can be the best at what you do. You want to be a druid that turns into a werebear? Do that. You want to be a creepy necromancer with bone armor and a scythe? Do that too. And you can always create new characters to get a completely different experience. Compare this to Minecraft Dungeons. At the very beginning, you get to pick what your character looks like, and that's it. You can't even combine different looks to make a character that is completely unique to you. Everything is decided by the gear you pick up, so instead of being the player in charge of the game is in charge of the player. The only customization options you get other than your skin at the beginning of the game are whether or not you get to wear a cape and get followed by a chicken in game if you bought the Hero Edition. So naturally, I was followed by a chicken the entire time I was playing this game. God bless you, Private Bogowski. The other thing I love about the Diablo franchise is the lore behind those games. Getting to delve into the depths of hell to defeat the all-powerful Lord of Terror, Diablo, and save the world is truly epic, and each character class has lore behind them to explain why they are the way they are. Minecraft Dungeons is as generic as it gets, and I'm not just talking about battling the Arch-Illager. I actually think he's cute and interesting, but all the narration leading into levels is just kind of uninteresting. Yes, the narrator's voice is epic and fantastical, but everything they say is just, "You are a hero. You must do hero things, you hero, you." Build me up, boys. Where's my backstory? The game is clearly trying to build up the story of this world. Then who am I in it? Was I affected personally by the Arch-Illager? Did he destroy my village or family? Give me some stakes here. Give me something to work with. Now, this was remedied a bit in the Jungle Awakens DLC released fairly recently. The levels look a lot better than any other levels in the main game, and there are some cool unique enemies, like the Leap Leaf and the Whisperer. But every other enemy is just a slight redressing of the same enemies that are seen earlier. And vines. Lots and lots of vines. This has an indirect effect on the gameplay as well. Diablo's setting and lore creates a cool experience in combat because you get to go up against a ton of different demonic beasts using your skills that only your class can do. It feels badass when you're not actually doing that much, just hitting the same buttons over and over again. Yet in Minecraft Dungeons, you battle against a lot of the same enemies over and over again throughout the entire game, especially when you get to the higher difficulties. You see, Minecraft Dungeons' idea of difficulty is throwing more of the same enemies at you instead of creating completely new baddies for each world. There are some enemies that are given some enchantments of their own, but they never put up much of a fight. It usually just takes longer to kill them. Because of this, you become increasingly aware that you're just hitting the same buttons over and over again. And this is once again not helped by the fact that you have to keep destroying your armor and weapons in order to be the strongest version you can be. Because of this, I became increasingly aware of how disengaged I was. There were minutes of time where I would just be hitting the attack button and not even looking at the screen. If I'm getting so bored by your game that I don't even want to look at it, that's kind of a problem here. But there is one combat element that I did really like, and that's the artifacts. These basically serve as your skills and spells throughout the game. Some improve your combat abilities, while others give you extra projectiles or weapons. There are also some that are powered by how many enemies you kill and give you cool effects at the cost of said souls. But my personal favorite has to be the animal companions. These add a wolf, a llama, and an iron golem to your party and are a welcome addition to my army along with Colonel Bukowski. That's right, he moves up the ranks fast. Not having to destroy these to upgrade them allowed me to actually try out every item and see what I liked to work with best and adjust to different situations. I actually felt like I was playing the game. However, it was not enough to save me from the overall truly bland experience. The Diablo series uses its hellish setting and design to build these characters and stories that truly feel epic. It makes you feel connected to the gameplay and why you do the things you do in the game. Minecraft Dungeons adds nothing to the story and feels more like I'm in purgatory. It's not great, it's not terrible, it just exists. While there are endless amounts of powerful rare drops you can find, there is a single specific completion bonus that comes with Minecraft Dungeons. If you find the hidden runes in each of the 9 regular levels and head to the temple at your camp, you can activate a portal. This opens up a new secret level on your map labeled ? This takes you to the secret cow level. Now this specifically is a reference to the hidden level in Diablo 2 called Moo Moo Farm, where all the enemies are bipedal cows with pole arms and there's a cow king as well. And of course, Mojang has to put that Minecraft mark on it. This level is filled with mushrooms, cows with red mushrooms growing on them. Unlike the other cows found throughout the game, these have a ton of health and are ready to attack. This is followed at the end with an epic boss encounter against the Mushroom Monstrosity, a combination of mushrooms and the redstone monstrosities we have faced throughout the entire game. This is such a cool level and serves as a great homage to both Minecraft and Diablo. It's really clever, and I wish the entire game was filled to the brim with references like this. But that's not what we got here. What we got was a game that never feels like it's making an effort to reach the heights of either of its predecessors. It doesn't have the deep lore or complex character building of Diablo, nor does it have the creative joy or simple depth of Minecraft. Instead, Minecraft Dungeons is shallow and bland without taking any major risks to try and stand out from the pack. Minecraft Dungeons just comes across as a normal, mediocre game that doesn't bring anything new to the table. When I completed Minecraft Dungeons, there were 14 deaths, usually occurring when I wasn't even looking at the screen. 3 playthroughs completed, each one having about 14 different levels. 9 runes discovered, resulting in the hilarious secret cow level. 22 artifacts found. All of these were really interesting, and I had fun experimenting with all of them. I wish I had that same experience with weapons and armor though. 83 levels earned, resulting in many enchantment points that I never really needed to begin with. 26 hours of total playtime, and 1 chicken who stood by me through thick and thin. Thank you, General Pukowski. You were the best friend a hero could have.
Minecraft Dungeons is not a bad game. It has some interesting ideas like the artifacts that could make for a really interesting action RPG if they're fleshed out a bit more. But the bare bones story, repetitive combat, and enchantment-based leveling system make for a game that just feels boring and shallow. This may be fun for a kid who's never experienced this kind of game before, let alone in the theme of Minecraft, but it pales in comparison to the deep and creative experience you can have been playing regularly with Minecraft or in any of the sprawling Diablo-esque RPG games when those kids are a bit older if they want to play them. So, with that in mind, guys, I give this game my completionist rating of play it.